What's up, all you legends? Welcome back to part 35 of our Pokemon Unbound walkthrough. Today is a super special and exciting one. We are about to challenge the 8th gym leader for the final gym badge. And in order to do that, there's 4 trainers here that you have to battle. And when you click on the stone, it activates a little switch, and you have to activate them in this correct order in order to unlock the door to fight the gym leader, Benjamin. So please make sure you challenge all 4 of these trainers and come and activate the switches in the same order that I've done, and then this middle door will open for you. And Benjamin, the final gym leader, is super unique. He is based off the movie Benjamin Button, where an old man gets younger, and it's a special case of Benjamin Button. He turns from very old to very young throughout the movie, so he reverse ages basically, and that's the same as what Benjamin does in Pokemon Unbound. When your evolved Pokemon gets knocked out, it de-evolves to its previous form and you continue battling. So that's how these gym battles go in the final Gym Leader Challenge gym. And this just makes it another added extra difficulty. And another thing for you to consider, I did swap out some of my Pokemon just for this battle, as it was extremely tough. And you do have to consider which Pokemon have 3 evolutions, because obviously you will then be battling for longer and have more opportunities to attack the other Pokemon. But also you need to consider a Pokemon that doesn't evolve. If you revive it, it will revive in its strongest form. If you revive a Pokemon that's in its base form, it's pretty weak. Base Pokemon are pretty weak. So you have to try have a team that balances those aspects out. You've got to have some Pokemon with 3 evolutions so that you can battle for a while and get as many attacks in as you can. And you also need 1 or 2 Pokemon that have no evolutions that you can revive, that will be able to battle again and be super strong. So as you can see, my Samurott just got defeated and it devolved and devolved again all the way into Oshawott, which is the base form. And as you can see, my Oshawott is not doing very much damage in its base form, even though it stays the same level. But it allows you more time to attack and also to use items. So that is pretty cool. And I did add Zygarde to my team, which was my secret weapon. I did train him up at the trainer house, but Zygarde has no evolutions. So when he does get knocked out, you can revive him and he will come back in his strongest form. And Zygarde, even in its middle form, is one of the strongest Pokemon in the game. If you check its stats, its base stats, I believe, are 650, which is pretty strong. Most Pokemon are around 540, 510, 490. I'm sure Zygarde was either 600 or 550 base stats. I need to recheck, but it was definitely stronger than most Pokemon. Could have been 600. So that is something to keep in mind when you start the game. You might want to add Zygarde to your team. It is quite a beast. I'm very curious to get Zygarde's final form. I think that might be one of the stronger Pokemon in the game too. I think its base stats would increase even further. But you do need to collect all 100 of those Zygarde cells. Okay, my Magmar has just got defeated and it's de-evolved back to Magby. And I am going to use a revival herb on Zygarde to bring it back, because it will be really strong when we bring it back. And we have de-evolved Flygon, the opponent's Flygon, which is a good sign. And they've just sent out Volcarona, which is a fire and bug type Pokemon. I really thought this gym leader and gym challenge was super ingenious and well thought out by the creator Skelly. He really put a lot of thought into each and every gym challenge and gym battle in the entire game. They're all different, they're all unique, they all have unique added difficulties where you can't use special types or different attacks, or there's something different and challenging about them, but it's so well thought out. And I love that he's gone with the Benjamin Button theme for the final gym challenge. I've never fought any Pokemon battle where when your Pokemon get defeated, they de-evolve to their previous form. And I did enjoy it. It was super tough. I struggled a lot. I probably had to challenge Benjamin about 10 times before defeating him, and I had to swap around my team a ton. But it was well worth the battle and just the unique experience. So my Flygon has de-evolved as well as the opponent's Volcarona. It's pretty even at the moment. But he has swapped out and he's got his Flygon back. So it's Flygon versus Flygon, even though we're in our devolved forms. In this battle, I definitely think Zygarde was my saving grace. If you can think of any other Pokemon that don't evolve, that are pretty strong, you might want to add them to your team just for this battle, just so that you can revive them 2 or 3 times. That might give you the upper hand. I am not actually sure which Pokemon is the strongest in the whole of Unbound. I haven't caught many legendaries yet. I did just get Hooper in the previous battle, so I will check Hooper's base stats and see which has the highest. You do want to try keep Pokemon with the highest base stats, because then their stats are generally higher than normal Pokemon. That's why a lot of my Pokemon in my team I had to swap out. A lot of their base stats only came to 470 or 490, but generally towards the end of the game you would like to have Pokemon with base stats definitely over 500 or 550. So that is also something to keep in mind. Check your Pokemon's base stats, and you can always train up their EV, and we can make their IVs perfect as well if you go to Seaport City and use the bottle caps. Okay, the next Pokemon out is Scyther. Scyther got de-evolved into Scyther, and my team's looking pretty good. My Blaziken has de-evolved all the way back into Torchic. It's not going to cause much damage, but it is giving us some time to use items, which is going to help a ton. I can revive Zygarde again and heal some of my Pokemon. And I've still got Electivire, which is in its final form and pretty strong. Electivire got knocked out in one shot from Scyther, unbelievable. But it de-evolved back into Electabuzz, and we knocked out Scyther. And Benjamin's still got a lot of Pokemon, but they're all mostly damaged or de-evolved already. He does tend to swap them out before they're getting completely knocked out. So if we can get most of his team de-evolved and keep Zygarde, he should be able to knock a lot of them out with one shot. Okay, my Electabuzz de-evolved into Elekid, and as well as their Pokemon Drapion has de-evolved. So it's a battle of the minis at the moment, the baby Pokemon. I usually like having Pokemon in my team that have 2 evolutions, so 3 Pokemon, because they just generally have higher base stats. But in this battle, you might want to rethink things, because if you revive a Pokemon that has 2 evolutions, it will revive, and it's been knocked out. It will revive in its base form, which isn't going to cause any damage. But here we've got Zygarde back out. I've revived him again, and now we're going to go on a knockout spree. If we can knock out all these Pokemon in one shot, we should be on our way to defeating him. Volcarona did use a heal item, but it's not enough. We've knocked out Volcarona. And now, Benjamin's gonna send out Fortress, which is at half health. We need to knock it out or get it de-evolved as soon as possible. And Benjamin's used a potion again, which isn't a good sign, but hopefully we'll still be able to cause a lot of damage. And with 3 earthquakes, it's still hanging in there. It did use a move to boost its defense. If we can knock it out this turn, we should be good to go. And we do, so it's de-evolved back into Pineco, but my Zygarde has been knocked out. I've only got a de-evolved Flygon left, and I'm gonna definitely try and use a revive or max revive on Zygarde again. And I think this might be the last item that we're allowed to use in this battle. I've already revived Zygarde 2 or 3 times in this battle, and we can't use any more items. That was our last item, so hopefully it's enough and Zygarde can pull through. And my Flygon's de-evolved again, all the way back into Trapinch. So Trapinch isn't going to cause much damage. Hopefully we can cause some damage to Pineco and make it a little easier for Zygarde. Luckily, I can still use Earthquake. And it's down to Zygarde. He's got half health. He is super strong. Can we knock out Pineco in one shot? Yes, we can. Okay, there's 2 Pokemon left. There's still Araquanid, which is a final evolution, but we can hopefully devolve it in the next attack. And it's devolved back into the little spider Pokemon. Come on, Zygarde, you can do it. Zygarde's defense is pretty high for these little base set Pokemon, but I'm still getting quite a bit of damage. I've only got 30 health left. I can't use any more items, but we did knock it out. And the last Pokemon is the little Trapinch. If we can attack first, we might have this under the belt. Yes, we just win the battle by 15 health. That was super close, super tough and stressful, but what a gym challenge. Absolutely incredible. We got our 8th gym badge, which is the time badge, which makes sense because time has been reversed and age has been reversed and evolution has been reversed in this battle. And we got TM49, which is Leech Fang. So I'm super excited. We've got our gym badge, and we've got all 8 gym badges. We can make our way to Victory Road very soon. Victory Road is super challenging, but it's got some amazing Pokemon and items. Thanks for watching.